Guys, this is Sunday Afternoon Retro Toon 2, the evolution of the Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes actually date back to a character named Bosco, originally created by Hugh Harman and Rudolph Ising in the late 1920s, in 1929. But I'm going to focus on the evolution of the main core characters, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, and so on. Daffy and Porky didn't appear to the late 30s until 1938. Bugs didn't had some evolutionary versions of the character between 1930 and 1930s and the 1940s, but did not appear in character until A Wild Hare in 1940. 1940's A Wild Hare, that's when his first official version appeared, created by Tex Avery, and that was his also first official pairing with Elmer Fudd. At first, he was a kind of a goofy sounding character, but did not get his Brooklyn and Bronx sounding voice by Mel Blanc until 1940's A Wild Hare. He wore these cartoony, yellow, ugly looking gloves and had this big brown, almost like a 5 o'clock shower beard face until he got his uh, gray and white face, which he did not get until 1940's A Wild Hare. 1940's A Wild Hare was the establishing short that established the character as who he became, the tough little stinker wildcat character. Even though he was rabbit, he was a real wildcat. The Elmer Fudd character, part of his evolution, was he started out as this weird character named Egghead. And in the later Egghead shorts, where he evolves into Elmer Fudd, it's the Egghead character, but he goes under the name Elmer Fudd. And he eventually evolves into his Wild Hare persona. But then again, he's a character that evolved in the 30s. He didn't get his original form until 1940's A Wild Hare. So some people don't believe in that theory that Egghead and Elmer are the same character. There is an Elmer Fudd character where he's wearing the Egghead hat and getup, where Bugs is his pet rabbit. The Elmer Fudd character traditionally has this short but thin stature of a character. They made 5 what they call fat Elmer Fudd shorts, and after those shorts, he went back to his short, thinner physique. There were only 4: fresh hair, the Wabbit Trouble, the Wabbit Who Came to Supper, and the Wacky Wabbit. Porky Pig's first short, I Haven't Got a Hat, is in 1935, directed by Frisch Freeling. In this one, he was a big, fat, if you will, student in a class that goes up to the front of the class as they're reciting things, and he recites Paul Revere's Ride. He evolved into a character that ended up, in that one, he was solo. Other than his fellow classmates, he evolved into a character that frequently was paired with other characters. Sometimes it was Bugs Bunny, but frequently it was with Daffy. His earliest appearances with Daffy was in 1938's Porky's Duck Hunt. He also later in his career frequently was paired up with some Porky and Sylvester shorts, where Porky was Sylvester's owner, and he was with Porky and Sylvester, with the shorts. He is sometimes paired with Bugs. Bugs' most common pairings for adversaries were Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam. and sometimes he was paired with them together. And This Is a Life, a parody of This Is Your Life, Elmer Fudd is the MC, and Bugs Bunny is the guest of honor. But it ends up being a plot for Elmer and Yosemite to get rid of him once and for all, with the usual cartoon tricks. Some other characters that were originally made by different directors, like Tweety Bird's Tweety by Bob Clampett, were paired with other directors as characters. In fact, that happened a lot. Frisch Freleng created the Sylvester Cat, and Bob Clampett created the Tweety Bird. Well, in 1947, they were put together in Tweety Pie as the Sylvester and Tweety duo. And they were together. Tweety made 46 shorts, and they were together in 42 of the 46. Later in the 50s, another one of their frequent pairings was June Foray's granny and her dog Hector. Hector was the protector of Tweety, and Sylvester was the cat that was always trying to get after Tweety. That evolved into the late 90s, this show called Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, which it was a Sylvester and Tweety and Granny animated take on that Murder, She Wrote show. Yosemite Sam was in 33 shorts. 31 were with Bugs. 2 of the 33 were one called Hair Trimmed and he was paired with Granny, and one called Honey's Money. Honey's Money was a 1960s remake of Hair Trimmed, but in both shorts, he is described as a Scrooge, greedy type character that just wants after the woman's money and is going to divorce her and take the money for himself. But in Hair Trimmed, Bugs helps him out. So I guess it was 32 out of the 33. And Honey's Money, it's just him and the lady. But in Hair Trimmed, Bugs is in that one. Frequently, Yosemite Sam is frequently described as a hothead, redhead outlaw that's a tough little stinker that is very, very short, but makes up for his shortness with his hothead attitude, and is said to be based on Frisch Freleng, his creator, who is said to have a red hot temper, and who Mel Blanc based his voice and characteristics off of. Yosemite Sam's very first short and pairing also with Bugs Bunny, because he was paired in his first short with Bugs, was 1945's Hair Trigger, where he's characterized as a stereotypical old Western train robbery type of character, and Bugs is the hero. Evolution of another character is Daffy Duck. He starts out as a loony, almost a black duck and a clown, kind of, and evolves into his egotistical, money grubbing character. That happens several shorts later, like 15 or 10 shorts later, he becomes the egotistical character, and he had a frequent pairing with Bugs, their Bugs and Daffy pairings, namely the Hunting Trilogy of Chuck Jones. I like his evolution of what he became. Magnum opus, in my opinion, of Daffy Duck shorts that shows him as the tempered person that he was capable of being was 1953's Chuck Jones's Duck Amuck. That really showed his temper. Most known for his shorts, like in the 3 of the Hunting Trilogy of Chuck Jones, 1951's Rabbit Fire, 1952's Rabbit Seasoning in 1953's Duck, Rabbit, Duck. And these three, one is in the spring, one is in the fall, and one is in the winter. But they're all the same thing. It's duck season, but he's trying to trick the dim-witted Elmer into thinking it's rabbit season. And another one where they're pairing against each other is in a Jack and the Beanstalk pairing called Beanstalk Bunny, where Daffy plays the role of Jack, but Bugs is along for the ride, and Elmer is the giant. Another pairing that's Bugs and Daffy trying to outwit each other is A Lad and His Lamp, where they're both tunneling, and Bugs took his famous wrong turn at Albuquerque, and they end up in this cave of this Arabic sultan type of thing that has an Aladdin's lamp type of story in it because it's in the cave. Daffy pops up first and notices all the glitz and glamour and treasure and wants it for himself. But Bugs pops up and has to save him, Daffy, from his own arrogance. I hoped you liked this evolution of the Looney Tunes and on all the examples that I've mentioned. Join me next Saturday for Saturday Afternoon Retro Toon, Episode 3. It will be about the evolution of the Mel Blanc voices. And don't forget to follow me on my TikTok, my Instagram, Cartoon History Channel 1, and Cartoon History Channel 2. I've got two. And my Facebook group, the Cartoon History Channel Facebook group. And remember to like and subscribe, especially if you want to know about what I'm going to talk about next Saturday, which is the Mel Blanc voices. Like and subscribe and comment and tell me what you think to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell, the notification bell, so you'll know about next Saturday's video when I upload it. If you follow me on my other socials, hit the notification bell on them too, so you'll always know about when I post on my TikTok, my Instagram, Cartoon History Channel 1, and Cartoon History Channel 2. Hit the notification there too, so you'll know about when I upload. There too.